Welcome in, everybody. Josh here from 8-Bit Goonies. And just before we get going into tonight's video, and I've got a good one for you. I've got some good information, some stuff you're going to want to hear, so stick around. But before we go any further, thank you guys so much. We are barreling towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. We've hit, I don't know, we're like 30 away. So any day now, we're going to hit it. I think it'll probably happen the next day or two. So I've got all these boxes on standby. So what do we got? We got Astral Radiance, Paldea Evolved. I've got a couple Surging Sparks boxes. They're going to go into a random spinneroonie wheel, and we're going to pick one of them, and I'm going to crack it live on stream. And then I'm going to put everybody's name in that video. Again, link is in the description down below. Just go to that video. All you got to do is leave a comment there. Make sure you like that video. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll make an announcement when we're going to do the giveaway. I'm thinking it's going to happen in the next week or two. At this pace, it'll be before Christmas easy. So thank you everybody so much. It's been amazing. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Thanks. And on that note, I wanted to make tonight's video. All right. So tonight's video is it. Nobody can predict the future, right? If we had a crystal ball, if we could see the future, the magic 8-ball, whatever you want to look at, we don't know. But we can look at the past and we look at future predictors, right? And we can try to determine what might happen, where we are on the charts, right? And before we go any further into that, though, because I think we're at a very interesting point with everything, right? The stock market, Pokemon, Bitcoin, all of this stuff, and it's all interlinked. Don't let anybody fool you that it's not. There's some things that aren't booming. The reserve list magic, for example, it's moving a little bit, but it's not like this Pokemon boom. But I think that's more Hasbro's fault than anything. So first off, let's go to the web because I want to show you. This is a good article put up by PokeBeach. I found it very interesting. So this is the top cards from Terastal Festival, the top selling, the most expensive cards, right? They've got the top 17 in here. Nothing too interesting down the list, but it's the top one that really makes me interested, right? So the Umbreon special illustration rare is selling for $216. I've seen it going for over $350 here in Australia already. So that's crazy. But the Umbreon Master Ball Reverse Hollow is actually going for nearly $30 more than the special illustration rare. That's crazy to me. This card over here, you see it there. It's a cool card, but it has nothing on that Solbreon, in my opinion. Now, I know it's harder to pull, but so is the Golden Pikachu. That doesn't mean it's going to be more valuable. And I don't know. I don't know if this is going to hold up in English. The one thing that it just got going for, right, is it's going to be the first reverse Master Ball Hollow in English ever printed, right? So that's got it going for it. But I don't know. I'm worried, guys, about this set. I'm worried about the prices of these individual cards, just with the scarcity of the product. I'm predicting it's going to come out the gate. It's going to be high. It's going to be over $1,000. The SIR, probably the Master Ball will be too. That's crazy that there might be two cards over $1,000 in the English product. Is that practical? Is that possible? I think depending on pull rates, they might come down, but it's amazing, but it's also discouraging. It's going to make all of that product, anything that ever comes to market, is going to be gobbled up. Even if the prices come down, let's say they're $600, $700 a piece, that's still going to make it the most sought after set of the modern era out of the gate, right? And it's a lot of people thinking about the price of that Moonbreon, right? And that card just keeps climbing and keeps climbing. And it's just crazy to me. I don't know what we're gonna see for English pricing, but I have a hard time imagining these cards being under $1,000, especially like pre-release pricing and launch pricing. They're gonna be $1,000, $1,200. People are gonna have this such FOMO of fear of missing out, and that it kind of scares me. And honestly, this market at the moment is kind of scared me, guys. I'll be honest with you. Not the sealed end of things. I think sealed is actually the safe play. I've actually been moving quite a bit of cardboard lately. I've been selling a lot of my singles that have gone up significantly. I sold my Bubble Mew. Here, let's come back. Before we go into the next video, let's just pop back up here. So I sold the Bubble Mew. I've got one more. I'm thinking about listing it though. I've got the Hydreigon EX from Searching Sparks up for sale. I'm taking profits on cards because I bought that at when it was at its low, and now it's basically doubled in price. There's a lot of cards right now that have gone just crazy, and not even the most modern cards. I sold the Phantom Forces Gengar EX. That card's gone crazy. I don't know. We're hitting a scary stage in the market right now, guys, and I've been around for a long time. I'm an older fella. I was around for the dot-com boom. I was around for the GFC, the global financial crisis. Um, and through it all, I've collected and bought cardboard products and comic books and collectibles, and I've seen the markets come and go for sure. And weren't we just at a point with the election, I don't know, a month and a half ago, when everybody was saying they can't afford eggs and milk, but they can sure afford Pokemon cards? It's interesting, right? How long can people afford Pokemon cards for? Cardboard is going to be one of the first things people cut out if times do go tough, right? If markets correct, if people start losing money. And it's the same in crypto. I see these posts, people are saying, let's put more money in. I got 15,000, I got 20,000. What should I buy? Maybe, maybe cash is a good place to be. The, the smart money. All right, this is going to make some people mad, but we're going to go over to it. All right. This is the 5 stages of a bubble. All right. So we start with displacement. Uh, Basically, with any technology or new idea, there's a new paradigm is the wording they use. And the new paradigm, I think, came around COVID time, right? This new era of Pokemon, of the super rare chase card and the super expensive, hard to get sealed product. And then we've entered this boom, and this boom has gone. Booms, it can have an ebb and flow, but right in the past, what, 2, 3, 6 months in Pokemon has just been this boom, just this vertical line, and same with crypto, and same with the stock market, and everything's in this boom. And that's when all the money comes in, and there's momentum. Um, and then we enter the euphoria phase, and I think that's where we are right now. You see it with the Costco videos where people are clearing off shelves. People have FOMO. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it, and they're just throwing money after money. I've got all this cash. What can I buy? What can I buy? And that's great for people that were in, but the higher to the top you buy, the less money you make when you sell, if you make money at all. And that leads us to the next stage, which is profit taking. That's where the smart money sees the euphoria. The smart money was in a little earlier, and you start taking profits. Yeah, you might not make all the profit, right? But when I pull a Bubble Mew from a pack that I bought, a 6-pack booster of in Australia, I think I paid $40 for that pack. So in theory, I paid $40 for that Bubble Mew. to not take $300 or $400 off the table, that's just greedy if I don't. It might go to 500, it might go to 600. Same with the Greninja. I pulled the Greninja. It's gone up and up and up since I've pulled it. I don't know if that card's going to last at that price, especially when we start getting all these new sets and people have very short-term memories, especially in cardboard. They might get nostalgic for a card down the line, but think of, outside of Evolving Skies, all the other Sword and Shield era. Yeah, you have your big card, big couple sometimes at the top, but then everybody forgets about the other cards. And everybody stops chasing those other cards. I think taking some profit. Now, sealed is a whole different beast because sealed goes through the natural attrition. We talked about that in the last video. They're like, once the printing is done, there's no more of those introduced to the market. Whereas every Moonbryon or every Gengar EX or every high dollar card that gets pulled, gets right into a sleeve, goes right into a hard case, goes off to PSA to be slabbed. They don't disappear. They just get added to. Sealed is the opposite. So I'm taking my profits on my single cards that have gone 50, 100, 200% in some cases. And the whole point is that when this happens, when we go into panic, right? Everything starts going down. Well, it's the old Warren Buffett line, when there's blood in the street, that's when it's time to buy. So when things go down, you want capital to deploy. You don't want to be deploying your capital on the way up or nearing the top, and then you're trying to sell out on the way down. I learned it. Look, crypto taught me some of the best lessons in investing ever. I was in 2015, and I rode that wave up to whatever we hit, 19,000 or whatever with Bitcoin. And I was in Cardano, and I was in Litecoin, and I had tons, and I believed that we were just going to the moon. And then it went down to 16. I was like, that's just a correction. We'll be right back over 20 before we know it. And then it hit like $3,000, and it wiped out everybody. And I basically deleted my apps. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to delete my apps. And then it just kind of sat there for a while. And then all of a sudden, it started going back up. And at about $10,000, I realized, well, I've got capital now. I think we're on our way back up. And I deployed that capital back into Bitcoin, mainly Cardano, and I dollar cost averaged in all the way. And then when it hit 60, whatever it was, 60,000, and it started to drop, because we hit the euphoric. We hit everybody. It would mainstream. When the mainstream news starts talking about it, when it's in everybody's tongue, that's when euphoria is hit, and the stupid money starts coming in. I think that's where we are with Pokemon. I'm not buying singles right now. I'm not buying them at these crazy high prices. I think it's not the best time to buy. And like I said, I'm selling. I'm taking my profits where I've got them. I use the Shiny app because it has. I'm not sponsored by them. Maybe someday, but they have the biggest winners, biggest losers. You can sort by biggest winners, which is awesome. So I sort by biggest winners, and if something's gone up and at the top of that list that catches, whoa, that's just gone up that much, I'm throwing it up for auction. Again, not any of my sealed. I'm not touching my sealed. That's long-term holds. The short-term plays are those single cards that have doubled and tripled in price. And back to the crypto thing, when it started to drop and it got down to about 50,000, I realized this is history repeating itself. We're on our way down. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna wipe out all the noobs. It's gonna hurt a lot of people. So I took my profits, and again, I'd been in since 3,000 and dollar cost averaging since below 10,000. So we're talking 5, 6, 7 times profit on some of these coins. Cardano is still only at $1.05 or something like that. I sold Cardano at like $2.10. I was able to pay off. I bought 2 cars and paid off a personal loan and put money in the bank. It was such a windfall. And people say, "Well, yeah, but if you held, look where you'd be now." And honestly, I still wouldn't be where I was because I didn't hold it all in Bitcoin. And even that, you know, up to 60,000 to where we are now is only 40%. The big gains are gone on those. So let's just jump back up here. Some people say, hodl, hold on for dear life, never sell. I'm taking them to the grave with me or whatever. That's stupid. Take profit, especially your initial investment. I think that's one of the most important things you can do. If you buy something for $50 and it goes to $100, I'm speaking now of something that's partial, like crypto, for example, where you can sell half of it off, get that $50 back, and then you're playing with house money. That's kind of what I'm doing with cards, right? You can't sell a half a card, obviously, but I started this whole adventure with about $20,000 to play with from my Magic trade-in. Well, that's gone to like 30,000 now. I'm taking some of those profits, and then I've got that 10,000. Say I sell, 5 to 10,000 of singles now. I've got that to deploy when the prices do come down. And it may not be next week, it may not be next month. I can park it in some safe stocks. I can park it in a higher interest account, bank savings account, earn 4% on it, whatever, 4.3% down here in Australia. So I could do that. I can, but I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm things can't go parabolic. Things can't go up forever. All right. And take it from me. And again, I may be wrong, and things might run for another year. I could totally see that happening. And that bubble Mew that I sold for $400, $450 Australian might be $900 at the end of next year. And I'll go back to this video and I'll say, yep, I was wrong. Should have held it. But what did I do with that capital in the meantime? That's the interesting thing. Maybe I only turned it into $500 and I should have held. But if it crashes down to $200, I'm not going to be out. See, I've already made money. You don't make profit till you hit the sell button. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. People tell me all the time, I've made X amount of dollars in crypto, or I've made so much money on this card. I said, oh, what'd you sell at? I haven't sold. So, well, you haven't made money yet, have you? And they don't like that. People don't like to hear that. People like to look at their shiny app and say, look how much money I'm up. Like, well, you're not up any of that, really. It could all come down tomorrow and you're not up anything. It's not up until it's capital ready to deploy into something else. When it's cash in the bank, then you've sold, then you've made profit, then come talk to me. So anyway, I know I've been kind of a harping on this, guys, but I just want, as somebody with experience in this market and in this field, I don't want to be the guy that said, I told you so after the fact. I want to be the guy before the fact happens to say, think about this. Just think about it, and if you get a chance to make some money, make that money, take that profit. Nobody ever felt bad. It doesn't, I'm hesitant to sell stuff too. I am. But when I do, and that money hits the account and goes into my capital, my ready for deployment account, that feels really good. That feels really good. It did with crypto. It does with cards. I've done it for 30 plus years, guys. When I sell a comic, Comics I consider a much longer term hold. I've held so many of my comics for 20, 30 years, but occasionally a book will boom just out of nowhere, and I'll take profit on it. I have no problem doing that. And then I wait, and when I see something else at a good price that I think I can make money on, I've got that capital ready to go for it. So anyway, guys, just some food for thought for you. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't recommend you do anything I say. I'm just telling you from my vantage point what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. So thanks again for watching. We are so close to 1,000. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will be there within a couple of days. And as soon as we do, we're going to crack one of these bad boys. And I can't wait to send one of you all of the hits. Maybe a Pikachu. We just don't know. And then, hey, you can do that's 100% profit for you. If you stash it forever, if you sell it next week, it's all profit to you, baby, right? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate all the love the channel's gotten. It means the world to me, and we'll talk to you soon.